there. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Personal Growth Channel, where we talk all things to help you grow as a person. I share my thoughts on things that have helped me along my personal growth journey in hopes to help you with yours. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about the 5 things that I love about working remotely. So stay tuned and let's go. What's the first thing that I love about working remotely? I'll tell you what it is. It's about not having to get dressed in the morning. I don't have to get dressed to go to work if I don't want to. I can literally just fall out of bed and start my job. In fact, my office right now, you are seeing, is actually in my bedroom. Let me prove a point. Panning. There's my bed. You can see it. This is my bedroom, and you're in it. So that is a win-win for me. I do not have to get dressed. Normally, I am wearing my pajamas and I'm wearing my robe in the morning. And I usually don't get dressed until my first break. I have a scheduled break that I work. And I work start at 7 a.m. in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon. But if I don't want to get dressed in the morning, I don't have to. I can just sit in my pajamas with my cup of coffee right next to me and then just start work. And what do, you ask? Well, here's to give you an idea. Does this look familiar? Yes, I answer the phones for a major insurance company, and I work in the claims department. But I'm only on the phones approximately 2.5 hours in the morning. That's my schedule. And then afterwards, after a lunch break that I get in the middle of the morning, I do just regular task work on the keyboard, and that's it. So as you can see, I have dual computer screens, and I got my keyboard, and I've got my headset, and that's all I need to work remote. So if you're thinking about working remote, or maybe, of course this works really just for working in the office. So if you're already an outdoor person, this probably wouldn't be for you. But if you do anything on a computer and you're not already working remotely, especially post-COVID, I know we're sort of still in it, but if you haven't talked to your employer yet about doing this, then I highly recommend that you put a bug in their ear and see if it can be done. Because, like I said, you don't have to get dressed in the morning. Not having Number to commute. 2, I don't have to commute, people. I don't have to get in a car and face rush hour traffic and get all frustrated before I even start my job. All I gotta do, like I said, is literally roll out of bed, get my butt in this chair, crank up my computer, and I'm at work. How much more simpler can it be? So no commuting time in the morning and no commuting time after I get off of work. I just click my button to say that I have logged off for the day, and I am already home. Number 3. Well, I technically have a boss, but he's virtual. He's in Arizona. I'm in Florida. We maybe have one-on-one conversations about what my work, product has been for the past month or two. We maybe talk once every 3 months. Literally, once every 3 months. And he's even told me, he's like, look, if I don't reach out to you for whatever reason, then that means you're doing fine. I don't need to micromanage. And I'm like, fantastic, dude. So that is a big plus about working remote, because I don't have to worry like if I'm in an office and, I got the boss running back and forth in front or behind me at my desk, and I got to look like I'm busy, even though I probably am busy. but I get most of my work done in the first half of the day, and then the back half of the day, I really don't need to be on the computer. But when you're in an office environment, what do you got to do? You can't just sit there and play video games on your computer in front of your boss, right? And you can't sit there and do online shopping in front of your boss. I mean, that's a big no-no, office politics. So you got to look like you're doing something and that you're busy. So having no boss or having a boss that's remote is a fantastic feeling. Number 4 is no coworkers. If you're not the type of person that is a Mr. or Mrs. Social Butterfly, then having no coworkers in your life all day when you work is fabulous. I am personally not a social butterfly when I was working in the office. In fact, I hated being involved in gossip conversations or water cooler talks, and just, or if it's not even that, it's just being in a cubicle where you have your coworkers behind you, in front of you, next to you, in this big aisle where everybody's walking through constantly. And then you got your coworkers doing something like this. Let me give you an example. And I kid you not, I had a male coworker who typed like this all day long. He was so loud and so radical with his keystrokes on the keyboard, I thought he would break the keyboard, literally. In fact, even the boss mentioned it to him. He's like, man, he goes, wow, you're really rough with that keyboard. The guy was just always in a pissed off mood, and I had to hear that all day long. Well, and then I had a woman who sat right across from me who would get frustrated with the work, and all I would hear her all throughout the day would be this heavy sigh, like, constantly. So between the guy pounding on the keyboard over here and the chick over here with the heavy breathing and sighing, I was losing my freaking mind, okay? To me, COVID, when it hit, was at the right time because it got me the hell out of the office. It got me the hell away from that atmosphere. And I don't have to deal with them when I'm at the house. I got my own privacy. I can do what I want. I can listen to my music, and nobody distracts me and nobody bothers me, which means that I'm more productive. I can get my work done easier and quicker without having to deal with all these distractions. So no coworkers. Number 5 is getting things done early when you work remotely and then having personal time. Having the flexibility to be at home and get things done at the house while you're still on the job technically. So, all the first 4 leads up to the number 5. I get all of my work done usually within a 5 to 6 hour period, even though I have an 8-hour workday. So what do I do for the other 2 hours? I'm still on the clock, but I know I've reached my quota for the day, so I have the time and the flexibility within my own home to actually clean or run laundry, or, I have a 17-year-old child. If he needs some help with homework or whatever it is, I'm already here. I don't have to tell my son, like if I'm at the office, well, sorry, honey, you're gonna have to wait till I get home and then get dinner going. Then I can help you with your homework. I'm already here in the afternoon when he gets home from school. Plus, I can even start dinner early. I could technically start dinner before I even get off of work, and that is such a plus. It's such a win-win. It's just unbelievable, the flexibility and the time that you have when you work remote. So, if you have not talked to your employer yet about working remotely and you know that there's a strong possibility that you can do it, I highly recommend that you start a step in and get to them right away and say that you want the option to work remotely. In my opinion, it saves your sanity. It just feeds you spiritually because you're not being paroled by your boss, and you get more work done, you're more productive, not only for your job, but as a person just running the household. Just think of all the things that you can do around your house that you typically couldn't do when you were working in the office, but things you can get done when you work remotely, when you have that spare time. Then you don't have to mess with it on the weekend when you actually have a true weekend. You don't have to clean the house on the weekend. You don't have to run your laundry on the weekend. You got it all done because you work remotely. You don't have to deal with your coworkers being all crazy and up in arms about everything. And you don't have to commute, and all I can say is I highly recommend being a remote worker. I personally love it. I've been doing it for almost 2 years since COVID had hit, and I don't want to ever go back. And I am one of the fortunate ones where my company has decided to keep me remote. I love it. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and drop me a line below and tell me, are you already working remotely? And if you are, how much do you love it? And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.